It's been a long time since I last did a video on LBRY, and since then there have been some massive changes to the platform, the website, and the desktop client alike, but one of the biggest changes to it is actually the launch of a new interface for LBRY called Odysee, which is basically a more user-friendly way of working with LBRY that makes it feel a lot more like using something like YouTube. Now, if you haven't seen any of my previous videos on LBRY, or you just have never come across the platform before, basically it is a crypto-based video platform. I guess you can distribute more than just video on it, but the main stuff is video, and it is one of, if not the biggest alternative to YouTube that exists right now. One of the first things you'll probably notice, besides the big tacky "don't be evil" right here, which I really hope they get rid of because it kind of makes the page look way worse than it probably should, is the fact that the color scheme has kind of shifted towards a bit more of a purple hue. So if we compare this with, say, over here, this is more like a really dark blue. This isn't a massive change, but it's a bit of a different look to the service. Now, whether it's good or not is sort of something you're going to decide upon yourself, but I think it doesn't look that bad. Now, the other thing you'll notice, which is a massive improvement, is the fact that they've actually made the thumbnails smaller and properly made use of the space on the website. So I think, what is this, 6 videos across, whereas over on the desktop client, it maxes out at 4 regardless of how wide your screen actually is. So you could have a 21:9 monitor and it would still only show 4 videos. So showing stuff on the entire screen just makes more sense. Unless they were going to use that space for something else, it just makes sense to fill up that space. And one of the other big changes is this button right here, which is finally here. We finally have notifications on LBRY. I've been waiting at least for a year. Other people have been waiting for multiple years. We finally have them here. It is such a basic feature this platform has needed for so long. Now I can actually interact with people in the comment section. So having notifications is very important. 1, as a creator, I can actually see when you guys comment, and 2, as a viewer, you can actually see when I respond to your comment, and we can sort of, get this feedback loop going on where we talk to each other in the comment section. Without having notifications, that's basically impossible to do because I'd have to go and manually check the comments every single time, and then you'd have to manually check the comments, and it's just really inconvenient to do. Now, it only shows comment notifications, so you don't get notifications for things like if someone subscribes to you, or they like a video, or your favorite creator uploads a video. But for that last one, that doesn't really matter because LBRY's sub box actually works. You actually get every video that all of your subscriptions upload, so not having those notifications, not really that big of a deal. But this works about as well as you'd expect it to. We have a comment in here, like, say, this one here. We can go click on that. It will jump us to the video it's on and highlight the comment that you clicked on, which sort of works as you expect it to, and that just started auto-playing the video. Sorry about that. And from here, you actually have comment chains, which have been in LBRY for a while now, but they work a little bit nicer on Odysee. You can very easily change your channel here, so you can say, I want to comment as Tech Over Tea instead of the Brodie Robertson channel, and then if there's extra comments in this chain here, you can actually go and reply to the comments in the chain rather than just the start of the tree. So this commenting system and this notification system has finally hit the baseline of what those systems basically need to be. And as you can see off to the right hand side here, the recommendations still aren't perfect, but they're getting much better than they were before. So for example, I have Linux in the title here, and I'm actually getting some Linux videos in the recommendations. Now, I am still getting random other ones here as well, but I presume this is here because this has important in the title, and so does my video. So it's still very rudimentary the way it does recommendations. It's not doing anything anywhere near as complex as YouTube does, but it's also not stealing all your data, so you sort of have to expect some level of limitation. It is getting better, as I said, and there are ways they can improve it, but at least it's not recommending, say, a potato farming video if you click on a Linux video. So let's go over to Tmux video. As we can see, we still have various Linux videos in here. We have this one in Arabic, we have this one from HexDSL, and yeah, you're at least getting, here's this Tmux video as well. So there's some recommendations that actually make sense. But the video page still needs some work in some other areas. As you can see, there's still no way to actually do video quality settings, so you're basically stuck in whatever quality the creator actually decides to upload the video in. But luckily on the main platform, they've had a way to do transcoding locally on your system for quite a while now, so you're not seeing things like the 500 megabyte minute videos. Those have basically disappeared from the platform at this point. And they also brought in likes and dislikes. I don't believe they actually affect the algorithm at this point because they were only just brought in the latest update. I presume that down the line they're supposed to, but I know they don't want to make it so you can basically hide a video by dislike botting it. So before that actually gets brought in, there's going to be a lot of work that needs to be done. And because of a lot of the changes happening to the platform, a lot of big creators are actually starting to join LBRY. So if you like, say, crypto, most of the crypto channels are here, but some notable names are people like, say, Naomi Brockwell or CryptoLark. Or if you like, say, electronics, you have EEV Blog, Big Clive, Lewis Rossman, who only just found out on the platform. Or if you like politics, people like The Quartering, Sargon, David Pacman, Tim Paul, Zuby. Or if you like Linux stuff because you're subscribed to channels like this one, there's people like HexDSL, Luke, DT, Lunduke, TLG, Linux Experiment, Destination Linux, Big Daddy Linux. Basically most of the big Linux channels, or maybe you like people like Epos Vox, or Big Boss, or Scam Revolt. All of these creators are now actually on the platform. Some of them have been here for a while, and some of them are new additions, but people like this are joining LBRY every single day. And the LBRY wallet basically has remained unchanged for quite a while. Now, I presume that stuff in the background has been changing, but at least from what I can see, it seems to be basically the same. Now, it does seem very slow, but as you can see, I have 2,700 pages. So for creators, the wallet is a little bit slow, but the fact that it ever works at all is sort of a testament to how much has actually been improved, because honestly, I wouldn't expect this to even function at this point, but it seems to be working relatively well, if only just a bit slow. If you're not a creator though, it's going to be lightning fast. Back to the homepage for just a bit, we have these tabs on the left-hand side here. So we have things like, say, gaming, or lab, or tech, or news. Basically, these are filtered views of content, but one of the tabs doesn't really make any sense, and that tab is the Enlightenment tab. Now, it's got a picture of an alien on here, but I have no idea what's actually going on in here. So we have this random movie trailer, we have random movies, we have this video about movies, we have this video from Memology, pressure washer job stuff. I don't know what exactly is going on in here. It doesn't really seem to make any sense, I guess, the content that actually gets put in here. But the other ones are pretty sensible. So if you go to lab, for example, basically you get a lot of electronics content and things like that. And if you are a video creator, there have been some improvements to the uploader as well. Basically, the main improvement is the fact that everything now has tooltips on it and a description there for telling you like what actually goes in there. And also the thumbnail uploader finally works again. Now, my suggestion would be to use a third-party service to actually store your thumbnails, just because uploading to LBRY or to Odysee is a little bit slow for thumbnails, so don't do that. And it occasionally goes down, so you're probably better off using something like, say, Imgur, or if you have your own server, then upload the image on your server and then just link it over like that. And something that I've been waiting for a long time now is an easier way to actually sync a YouTube channel. So now there's actually a button on the Odysee website. You can go and click on this, and if you want to go and sync a second channel, basically just click this button right here, go through the process, and it works just fine. Previously, you would have to go to their website, but there was no way to actually log into your account, so there was like sort of no way to link the accounts together, so you'd have to like talk to the support team and they'd move the account over to your account, and it was just a big hassle. Now it's all just integrated together, so when I want to go start up my gaming channel, I can just link it over to this and have all my content syncing over. Now, if you didn't know, that's one of the biggest draws that LBRY has. All you have to do if you want to use it is just upload your content regularly on YouTube, and then you can just sync it over. It is no extra work for you, so there is no reason to not be on the platform. So obviously LBRY still needs a lot of work to be a really competent video platform, but it's at least hit the starting line of what a video platform in 2020 actually needs to be. So hopefully going forward it continues to grow, and they continue to add these features that are desperately needed on the platform. But if you haven't tried it out in a while, maybe go try out Odysee and see what it's actually like, because maybe you will actually enjoy it now. So I think that's pretty much everything for me. But before I go, I would like to thank my supporters. So a special thank you to Joachim, Corbinian, Andrew, Craig, Nathan, Montezar, Chico Bento, Joseph, Peter D, Rode, Tony, Brennan, Donald, John, Marek, Mikkel, Nate Dog, Nephite, Tees, and Zilva. If you want to go and support my work, there'll be some links down below to my Patreon, Subscribe Star, LBRY, all of that sort of stuff. I've got a podcast called Tech Over Tea, available pretty much anywhere, and this channel obviously is available on LBRY and Odysee if you want to watch on a platform that isn't YouTube. So I think that's pretty much everything for me, and I'm out.